Yes, you who clicked on this video, I'm sure you like Red Velvet, or you like my channel. Don't actually know which one's more likely. But there are many stories that Red Velvet might just be chocolate with red food coloring. Is this true, or is this not true? That is a myth I am going to bust. Or not bust. Or Wouldn't it be cool if I was Adam Savage? Alright, so Red Velvet has cocoa powder in it, but traditional recipes of Red Velvet don't use food coloring. They use this anthocyanin thing, which is in the cocoa powder itself, and it produces a natural tint with some chemical reaction stuff. I'm wondering if the anthocyanin, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, is in cocoa powder, how come regular chocolate cake doesn't become red? That's because there's this process called, most cocoa powder is Dutch cocoa powder, and this process basically gets rid of the anthocyanin, and so to make Red Velvet, you're supposed to use non-Dutched cocoa powder. There is still anthocyanin in the Dutch cocoa powder. It's just because it doesn't undergo the Dutch processing, the color doesn't change. What Dutch processing basically is it's the basis for most cocoa powder in the world today, and they add an alkalizing agent to make the cocoa powder milder. So what you do is, to make original Red Velvet cake, you don't put the vinegar or the coloring, and you the cocoa powder is more acidic and stronger with the natural acidity and coloring. So in conclusion, Red Velvet is extremely similar to chocolate cake with a very tiny difference. However, for most people, homemade Red Velvet cake is just chocolate cake with red food coloring, because most people are way too lazy to get non-Dutch processed cocoa powder, because Dutch processed cocoa powder is just most cocoa powder. And so, yes, your average Red Velvet cake is just going to be chocolate cake with red food coloring. But if you get traditional and actual Red Velvet cake, well, it's different by a very tiny, small margin. But then again, a bunch of your taste is just based off of what you see, so yeah. Either way, you got your answer. It's a very tiny bit different, but I doubt you guys are going to change anything, because Red Velvet, let's be honest, Red Velvet is better than chocolate cake.